let's do a HydroWash update. First, make sure your network is set to the right IP. So just open your control panel, network and sharing, just your local network. Properties, IPv4, and this is the current IP that I'm using. Then we'll have to determine what version you are currently running. So just open a web browser, type in the IP address of the CPU, just press enter. So at the moment we can see this the version is installed at the moment. So the 40 just means it is a version for HydroWash. And this is the version for the TIA Portal. That's the firmware version for the CPU, firmware version for the HMI touchscreen, and the actual program version. So we can close this now. Now we establish the network connection. Just open the HydroWash backup program. Select. Then in here you should see all the parameters that are set, if there are any set. So at the moment I'm just running a blank system. But what you can do is back up. Just send it somewhere, save it in your documents, test from, yeah. Right, so now we got a backup of our program. What I like to do normally is go into the HMI as well. You can do it to the web page, or you can just directly onto the HMI. This is just a dealer password. I'll just increase the view a little bit. Then you can just go into the individual settings and take screenshots of these or pictures of what the settings are. Just go through all of them and just make a record of it just in case. Also in here you can also see the version in the top right corner here. But I like to go onto the CPU itself because that's the actual program file name. Then back in our folder for Siemens programs, TIA software. At the moment we're running V20. There's the Unified Basic HMI V20. Just install the latest update here. This is the firmware version for the HMI touchscreen. You'll need this. So just install this, follow the prompts. Then go back into the folder and go back to Siemens programs, HydroWash. And in here we can find the latest version and just open that one up. Now just fill in the details, username and password that's been given to access the program. Go to Project View. So now first we have to establish what version of TIA Portal you're running. So if you press on Help and Install Software, you can see we are version 20, update 4. Just make sure you are update 4 has installed. Then we can see that we got our HydroWash up here. We got our RMTC or MTC in the future. This is the controller that's in the middle of the platform that controls the milk pumps. Not all systems have these, so just check if you have it available or not. And then here we got our HMI touchscreen. So first we'll check what version of firmware the CPU is on. And if we go to diagnostics general, then we can see here firmware version is 4.7, and we can see we need 4.7, so this version is correct. So do the same thing for the IMTC. And to update the HMI itself, go to HMI device, update operating system. Just type in the HMI IP, connect, and then update. And then here we can see this is the version we're going to install, and this is the current version on the HMI. And you can see these ones are correct. That's 20.2, so we don't have to do an update on it. To do an update on the HydroWash itself, go to online, and open functions. Firmware update. So we are at the correct version, but if you need, if this is lower than 4.7, just go to browse. Then in the TIA Siemens programs, TIA Portal, we go to firmware and then find our CPU. So we got a 1214 DC, and then in here pick the latest firmware version as well. So 4.7, this one, and then that one. So then we get the right version, and then run update to update the CPU. Then to update the program itself, just highlight the HydroWash CPU, go download to device, just go to the prompts. So we're gonna stop the CPU, so make sure they're not milking at the moment. It will actually stop milking, so override all, and then just press load. Make sure this is start module, otherwise the CPU won't start, and press finish. Now repeat the same for the RMTC or MTC if that's available, otherwise go directly to the HMI, download to device as well. Here's a full download, runtime start, set that to start runtime, and press load. Now double check our settings, everything went through right. So first go look in the CPU. So now we can see we got TIA Portal 20.4, 4.7, CPU firmware for the touchscreen, and the actual program version. And we are run, so the run program is running. Then we can go to our HMI. In our password. Now confirm that all our settings are still there. This was a blank setup, so there's no settings in there. But for, if in case you lost the settings, what we can do is open up our HydroWash backup program, press connect. Then here we got all our individual tabs, so just open the first one up, open up backup, find our backup, so our test file, open. I'll name this just to show that it is transferring the settings, so this will be a pre-rinse, 200 liters of water, and then we write it to the HydroWash. So now if we go back to our program, now we got our program is transferred. So just do this for each of the programs, and that's it. Now the HydroWash should be all backed up, new version is installed, just run a test rinse just to make sure that everything is working properly, and it should be good to go.